Let us take a trip on memory lane. In 1979, 0.647 naira was equivalent to 1 USD. In 2006, 0.925 GHS was equivalent to 1 USD. As of today, the strongest currency in the whole of Africa as of 2024, which is the Tunisia dinar, is not even as strong as the US dollars.
The strength of a nation's currency is based on the strength of that nation's economy.
This is even more sad when you take into consideration that over the last 100 years, the purchasing power of the US dollar has decreased by about 95%. This means with an annual inflation rate of 3%, $100 in the year 2024 is equivalent to $25 in 1900. Why then does the African country's currency get weaker and weaker? The answer is simple: the West. The West has always been the one sabotaging our currency. But before we go into the how, let's discuss the why.
We have no loyalty to them. We have no loyalty to South Africa, to South Africans. They begged, they borrowed, they crawled, and now they're taking up arms.
They do it to have cheap labor, cheap resources. They do it to maintain power. They do it to exploit Africa.
Of the advanced countries. Okay? And Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer. We will not allow sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. So let's get clear about that.
Now, let's move to the how. How did they manage to do such terrible things? In the 1980s, the IMF and World Bank, which are basically puppets for the West, provided loans to Nigeria, but one of the conditions given was that they have to devalue their currency. In 1983, Ghana met the same fate. It was a condition for receiving financial support. And guess who initiated it? The IMF and the World Bank. They called it SAP, Structural Adjustment Program. This did not only happen to Nigeria and Ghana, it also happened to Zambia in 1983, Zimbabwe in 1991, Kenya in 1993, Uganda in 1994, Tanzania in 1994, Malawi in 1994, Côte d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast in 1994, Senegal in 1994, Cameroon in 1994, Burkina Faso in 1994. The United States have one of the highest debts in the world, and guess what? They don't have to devalue their currency. The United States also borrow their debts in dollar. So when you really think about it, they can just print it and pay it back when they want. In years past, they took our resources by force and exploited us. Now, they take it by deceit, by paying next to nothing. Before I end, I would like to quote Lawrence Freeman. It is more iconic that the West is complaining about Africans' debt to China. Since the 1960s, Western nation, the IMF, World Bank, Paris Club, etc. have looted Africa of hundreds of billions of dollars in bloated debt payments through the manipulation of currency and terms of trade. The whole world system is rigged. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you.